Later this evening, the torch will make its way to Jakarta, Indonesia. And much like in Malaysia, officials there are determined to avoid the public protests that embarrassed earlier host nations. CNN's Anjali Rao has more now on Indonesia's drastic measures.
The Olympic torch coming to Indonesia for the first time. But there's little fanfare or news about Tuesday's relay. The Indonesian Sports Committee said it's hoping for a low-key event here in Jakarta.
We want to have this toss relay for Olympic Games in Beijing, not spectacular, but at least something good with a lot of crowd.
The torch has been a magnet for protesters as it makes its way along a global route to Beijing. Indonesia has significantly shortened its leg of the torch relay. In the original plan, the first runner was to start from here, Jakarta's City Hall. 80 people, athletes, celebrities and political figures were to carry the torch down the city's main road that cuts through the business district. Now the plan is to stage the relay inside this sports complex. Each of the 80 torchbearers will carry the flame for about 80 meters around this track, just outside the country's main sports stadium. Security will be tight. Demonstrators will be kept at a distance. In Indonesia, recent protests against China's crackdown in Tibet have been relatively small. The Indonesian Society for a Free Tibet held rallies outside the Chinese embassy when the violence in Tibet erupted. The group says several hundred will be protesting near the stadium on Tuesday.
We're not against the Olympics per se, because we're not against the sport, but we're against what China is doing to all the other minorities, not just Tibet. But China promised the International Olympics Committee in 2001, before they got to be the host, that they will improve human rights. And obviously they have reneged on their promise.
But it's an issue organisers want to be kept outside this fence and away from the torch.
We want to be able to follow the Olympic Charter that sport is sport.
And so many Indonesians, like the rest of the world, will likely catch their closest glimpse of the Olympic torch on the evening news. Anjali Rao, CNN, Hong Kong.